And Greg Remmenga now joins us for some more free legal advice. And in the past, we've talked a lot about the importance after an accident of writing down your own details of what happened. Today, we're going to talk about the police reports after an accident and why that's important for your case.
Well, one of the things that happens with a police report is it's an outside witness that is going to start making a report and documenting things.
Okay.
So the paper itself is not going to be the decision factor on everything, but it can create lots of issues if you don't review it and make sure that everything on it's correct. The police may make a human error and have things written down wrong.
Right.
So we need to check and make sure of that. They also check boxes that tell us whether you are wearing a seatbelt. We've talked a lot about if you don't wear a seatbelt, it could affect the amount of your claim.
Sure.
If a police officer writes down you weren't wearing a seatbelt, even if you were, now we have that question to answer, and it's going to create a lot of issues in the case so that we have to find other witnesses or other ways to prove you're wearing your seatbelt now that that question's been raised. Police officers also should give you the names of the witnesses. A lot of times the police officers don't write down the witnesses, but if you would contact them immediately after the accident, they still have that information written down and could put it on the report so that you know who the witnesses are.
Okay.
If you're in the accident and you're taken to the hospital, you're not going to have a chance to write down all the witness names and take all that information.
Sure.
So we have to rely on the police officers. If the police officers forget or don't write them down, we need to follow up real quick and make sure we have that information.
Right.
So some of these things aren't going to make or break your case, but they're going to make things a lot easier if we take care of it at the time.
Yeah.
Talk to the police officer, make sure the police report is correct, make sure all the correct boxes and check marks are made, and make sure there's a list of witnesses so that you don't have to scramble back a year and a half later and try to get that information.
Yeah, so the fewer discrepancies you have between the police report and what you believe happened and what you're trying to prove happened is probably better off for you.
Yes, it is, because the first report is going to be given to the insurance company, and they're going to base a lot of their decisions on that first report. We can counter that when we get to trial by having the witnesses actually come in, but that's still going to be their first glimpse. Is that police report.
Okay, very interesting. All right, thanks for joining us, Greg.
Thank
if you
you.
have any questions for Greg or want a free consultation, you can contact him with that info right there on your screen. We'll be back right after the break.